Hey everyone, Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So I'm looking forward to this conversation with Buddha. And I don't know much about Buddha, to be honest. I mean, I know of Buddha, and is it the Buddha or is it just Buddha? I'm not sure. So we're going to take a little bit of a intro. I'm going to read a little bit of an intro so that we can learn a little bit about who Buddha was. And then I have about 20 questions. I have exactly 20 questions from the community. We did a call out about whether or not you had questions about Buddha, and there was enough for us to consolidate and put together a really nice intro. And then we're going to ask the Lead Team Collective your questions. Okay. Now, tomorrow night, I will post a video with Buddha. Hopefully, I'm going to ask the energy if he or she, I don't, they will do a pendulum message for us, pendulum and oracle. So stop back tomorrow night. I will check at the end of this video so you'll know, all right, if we're going to do that. Okay, so Buddha was a spiritual teacher and philosopher who lived in ancient India, likely during the 5th or 6th century BCE, which is what, before Christ? I don't know what the E stands for. Originally a prince, he renounced his royal life to seek an end to human suffering and eventually attained enlightenment under a bodhi tree. Bodhi tree. His path toward liberation and inner peace became the foundation of the Buddhist faith and continues to guide millions today. The Four Noble Truths represent the core of Buddha's teachings and were established during his first sermon after attaining enlightenment. They provide a practical framework for understanding human suffering and the path to ending it. So the four truths are the truth of suffering. Life inherently involves dissatisfaction and pain, ranging from obvious trauma to subtle unease, and includes birth, aging, illness, death, and separation from what we love. Yes, it does. Aren't we? What are we doing? Why are we doing that? Oh my goodness. Okay. This is what we've all come here to experience. The second truth is the truth of the cause of suffering. Suffering is caused by craving, attachment, and fundamental ignorance about the nature of reality. Right. You know, that is so interesting because I had a friend I was having when I had some huge hormonal shift, like literally within a day. Boom, I had a panic attack. Never had one before, but it had to do with my hormonal shifts when I was 50. No, it was like 3 weeks from being 50. I was 49 and almost 50. Anyways, but I was having such a hard time. I was feeling dread. Like I couldn't, I mean, it was a very physical thing. Like it wasn't like my way of thinking. Anyways, I just remember my friend, and it has always stuck with me, is she said, no one said life is easy. Like this can be painful, and it actually really helped me to hear that at that time. Like, yeah, this effing sucks, because I think I wasn't accepting that kind of thing could happen to me at that time. Must have been why like her just saying that to me really helped. So it is kind of interesting that the truth of the cause of suffering, fundamental ignorance about the nature of reality, about what Earth is about, right? Which, if you think about it from even like last year, for those of us who have had such a hard time with the political scene in the US, are we having a hard time because we are ignorant to the nature of human beings, right? We're just so like shocked by it. And maybe that's why. I mean, maybe, understanding the lower vibration, higher vibration duality that in the 3D, that's what it is. And so would we suffer as much if we were to not accept it, but yeah, accept it. Doesn't mean you don't do anything about it, but you have an understanding, right? And kind of accept it in a way that is like, okay, well, I'm not going to fight against it. This is the way it is. There are lower energies. Oh, so, okay. So we suffer because we cling to impermanent things, material goods, pleasures, or even our sense of self, expecting them to bring lasting satisfaction and expecting everything to last forever, too. The truth of the cessation of suffering. So it's cessation, Cessation. It is possible to reach a state where suffering and its causes have ended. This liberation, known as nirvana, is achieved by letting go of craving and the delusion of a separate permanent ego. Okay, that's pretty academic. The truth, and the fourth one is the truth of the path to the cessation of suffering. There is a specific practical roadmap to achieve this state known as the Noble Eightfold Path. This path involves cultivating wisdom, right view, right intention. That was in parentheses. Cultivating wisdom, right view, right intention, ethical conduct, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and mental discipline, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. So, interesting. Okay, so understanding Buddha's path to enlightenment can help us today to navigate our own spiritual evolution. All right, well, let's ask your questions. I might have to look into this. No, I really haven't read. I kind of understood Buddhism a little bit, but I've just never really practiced it. Or did a deep dive anyways. Okay, I'll have a little prayer here and then we'll get started. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. So lead team, thank you so much for all your guidance and support of our community. We all really appreciate it. You guys appreciate it, right? If you're in the chat and want to give thumbs up, send some positive energy their way, or hearts, that would be amazing. Okay, so lead team, we've got some questions about or for Buddha. Do you want us to speak with Buddha directly? Oh, yay. Okay, all right. So do you want to bring Buddha in, please? Okay, Buddha, are you here? Wow, very cool. Yes. All right, Buddha, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to have you and your energy here with us. We really appreciate it. We've got some questions for you. Do you have answers for us? Never asked it that way before. Yes, Buddha does have question or answers for us. All right, if there's anything that's not in our highest and best to know, could you refrain from answering, please? Yes. All right. Okay, Buddha, were you originally a prince who walked away from extreme wealth? Yes. Okay. Okay, and you walked away from extreme wealth to find the truth? Yes. Did you not feel like you were getting the truth with the wealth you were living with? No. Did you stay wealthy after you walked away? No. Do you think now, looking back, do you think you could have found the truth while surrounded with the material wealth that you had? No. Okay. So it was necessary for you to do that? Yes. Is it necessary for most of us to do the same? No. Okay. So it's not necessary for us to walk away from our own riches, whatever those are, in order to find the truth. No. Is that because of the time of how humans were evolved at that time that you were on Earth, that that was necessary? Yes. Would you say that that's true for our community? So most members of our community would not need to walk away from that to find the truth. Is that correct? Yes. Would you say that of all humans now, though, in 2025, going into 2026? No. Okay. So there are some humans still who would need to walk away from those riches in order to find the quote unquote truth. Yes. Okay. Is the middle way, in quotes, middle way that you taught a method for avoiding both extreme indulgences and extreme self-denial? Yes, I love the middle way. I just love it. Yes. Well, there's just nothing you can think of in life that it wouldn't benefit us from having the middle way, the balance, right? There's just nothing. Think about it. Is there anything? Anything at all? Try it. Try thinking of it. I've had this conversation many times with many people. There is just that he's like, yes. Is there any part of human life that is okay for us to be in extreme indulgence? No. Or let's say helpful for us to be in extreme indulgence? No. Yeah, right? Okay, did you, Buddha, achieve enlightenment while meditating under the Bodhi, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, tree? You did? Wow, yes. Well, was that just your intellectual thinking of enlightenment? Like you intellectually? No. Was it your spirit team giving you intuitive hits, basically? Yes. Okay. And did you get those? Was the tree, I mean, did it need to be that kind of tree for you to reach enlightenment? No. Was the energy of the tree helpful? Yes. So if we are working on our own enlightenment, our own evolution, sitting by a tree might be a helpful thing. Yes. Okay. But does it need to be that specific tree? No. So you were picking up the energy. Did you actually, like, did you have clairs where could you actually hear your guides? Yes. Could you hear them before you had walked away from your extreme wealth? No. And so you were able to hear them because you quieted things down? Yes. Okay. Is that the same for all of us? The more we quiet down, hence meditation, right? Or just calming your life down. Yes. Living the middle way. Yes. Okay. I love this conversation. I love it so much. All right. Okay. It's just, some of these things, like, especially, a lot of us are maybe 40 plus. Yeah, we get these things. Like, we get them. We've had these conversations. We've read a lot of books, probably. But I still need the reminders. I still get thrilled having these reminders. I don't know why. Why do we always have to constantly be reminded? But because things are just moving, and things are changing, and it's just helpful to have that big picture reminder. Okay, Buddha, is it true that your teachings were primarily, he's already saying yes, were primarily focused on the end of human suffering? Yes. Does it work? Do your teachings actually work today? Yes. Okay. But do you have to fully live your teachings in order for it to work? Yes. All right. Can you be considered a 5D being who moved beyond the dense physical limitations of Earth? Yes. I mean, when you were on Earth, were you considered a 5D being at that time once you reached enlightenment? Yes. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Well, which dimension? I've recently discovered with the Lead Team Collective that there are 15 dimensions. I don't know how much truth there is to that, you guys, in terms of like scholarly work or science or other spiritual folks who say, I've never heard 15 dimensions before, but I am just exploring a lot of this stuff myself, a lot of spiritual teachings right now that I haven't explored throughout my life. So, Buddha, are there 15 dimensions, 15 different dimensions where God is at the 15th? Yes. Okay. So he's confirming. Uh, where are you right now? Where is your higher self? Are you an ascended master? Yes. Would you say, even though it's not really, there's not a hierarchy, correct? No. But yet, I mean, in human terms, it seems like a hierarchy. Yes. But it's a vibrational, like it's how you are able to maintain your vibration at a certain level. Is that what it is? Yes. So it's not a hierarchy. Okay, I get it. Are you at the same quote unquote level as Jesus? Yes. Okay. Are you guys in the ninth dimension? I feel like okay, in the ninth. So you're in the ninth dimension, or are you in a different dimension than the ninth? So he's saying yes to the ninth, no to a different dimension. Okay. So you're 6 dimensions away from God. Yes. Do you ever see yourself through eternity? It's forever. Do you ever see yourself moving to the 15th dimension? Oh, wow. Yes. Okay. And then what happens then? You just stay there forever? Yes. All right. Did you view the soul as something that undergoes a cycle of rebirth based on karma? Yes. Is it true, though, what we've been exploring in this community recently is that in the next 25, 50 years on Earth, that karma balancing will no longer be a thing? Is that true? Yes. Okay, so then your teachings here will need to be adjusted? Yes. All right. Because your teachings are really for those living in 3D, correct? Yes. And so if we are moving, is Earth moving to a 5D existence? Yes. So then your teachings, will they continue to be relevant for us? No. Do you have any issues with that? No, not at all. Okay. Not at all. I just added that. Not at all. I have no issues with that. Okay. Is the state of nirvana equivalent to the 5D unity consciousness we have been discussing in this community? Yes. Okay. So in the next 50 years, we will be able to experience nirvana on Earth. Yes. Is it going to take 50 years? No. Okay. So we'll be experiencing it maybe a little bit at a time, basically. Yes. Cool. Let's just count on it. Let's start right now, you guys. Just start right now. Anything, I'm telling you, anything that's causing me stress, anything that takes me out of my higher vibration, not listening, not listening anymore. Is is I was going to say is Buddha, are you an ascended master, which I already asked, who now acts as a guide for humanity from higher dimensions? Yes. Did you teach that the mind is the primary source of all our physical and emotional pain? Yes. Because we've talked about this before, and I know everybody knows this too. Logically, grief comes from the mind. It's how you see it, right? It's how you choose to experience because it's our perception of things, right? So Yeah, that's interesting. And the reason I talk about grief is because it's like one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through when my mom passed. And did I have to suffer so much? Probably not. But I did. I suffered a lot for a long time, actually. Okay. Is it true that you did not claim to be God, but rather a man who had awakened? Yes, very cool. Very cool. And you used that language back then, awakened? Wow. Yes. Were you seen with those around you? Were they skeptical? Yes. Huh. Was the word awakened something new that you had basically coined? Yes. Okay, so the word awakened comes from you? Yes. Does the word enlightenment come from you? Yes. Does the word suffering come from you? Wow, yes. Okay. So they weren't using the word suffering until you had become enlightened? Were they using the word suffering prior to that? No. Okay. So then you were able to put words to what the experience in the 3D was like. Yes. Oh, that's interesting. That's fascinating. Okay. Because, a lot of us were probably on Earth during that time too. So, are the Four Noble Truths still considered a valid roadmap for spiritual growth today? Yes. And will it be considered a valid roadmap while we adjust to the 5D? Yes. Will it actually help us adjust to the 5D? Yes, it would. Okay. Okay. Very good. Did you believe that everyone has the inherent potential to become enlightened? Yes. Very cool. Is the practice of mindfulness, as taught by Buddha, a way to thin the veil between dimensions? Yes. And is that because we are calming ourselves, getting rid of stuff? Yes. And that's how we can start to pay more attention. We can hear things. Yes. But is it also about the veil being thinner? No. So it is about raising our vibrations. Yes. So that we can kind of meet up middle way with our spirit teams, basically, and God and Jesus and you. Yes. Okay. Very good. All the reason why they keep telling us to take care of ourselves. Take care of yourself. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Because stress, it's so hard to hear your guides and your intuition and follow your truth and be inspired when you have stress. So it's okay to work on eliminating all stress from your life. I just got a huge chill. I don't know if it's because I'm cold. I got cold air blowing that way from there, but not really. Usually when my head tingles is when I'm getting confirmation. So huge confirmation from my guides right there. Yep, my entire body is just a big chill. So they liked what I was just telling you. Okay, so some people really needed to hear that today. And I'm going to continue saying it. One, keep reminding myself too that that's really our primary job. So is taking care of ourselves our primary job on earth right now? Yes. So if you're spending more time focused on the external world, stop it. Stop it. I'm watching, oh my gosh, you guys, it's like one of my favorite shows. Has anybody watched Shrinking on Apple TV? I bought a new laptop, so I ended up getting Apple TV for 3 months for free. And it is adorable. Now, I had watched season 1 a while ago, and now I'm watching season 2. It's so delightful. Anyways, they use the word stop it. Just stop it. Because it's about therapy. So they just said, just stop it. If that would be like the best therapy, like you just go in, you tell your whole story, and the therapist just says, stop it. Okay. All right. Is it true that you taught that attachment to physical things is what keeps us stuck in 3D? Yes, really wide swing. And so so that is a true thing, being stuck to attachment. Yeah. And it's the same thing. Like let's go back to grief again. I was really attached to my mom and what it meant to have our relationship and how I saw it completely end. And I was attached to that. And I'd have to say, like my sister and I both say we probably will never grieve as much as we did then because it made us think about life a little differently, you know? And I'm not even as attached to my husband like I used to be. I used to be really attached to him. And it's not a bad thing. Like I don't need to be attached to him, you know? I used to feel like I could only feel better in his presence if I was feeling bad about myself, you know? He brought that energy to me, which was nice, but I don't feel that anymore, which I'm really glad for, you know? So, Buddha, can meditating on your image help a person attract higher frequency energy into their home? Yes. How about just asking you to help raise the frequency energy of our homes? Would you do that for us? Yes. So all we have to do is ask. Yes. Okay, Buddha. Could you please assist in raising the higher frequency energy of my home, please? So go ahead and ask, you guys. Let's just ask. Why not? Thank you. I appreciate that. Help raise the energy of my physical body, my husband's physical body, and as long as it's in our highest and best interest, and Lucy's, that would be amazing. Thank you. Okay. Did you teach that inner knowing is more important than following external religious rules? Oh my gosh, I just love all these. Yes. Okay, so that's a good reminder, you guys. Again, self-care, inner knowing, inner knowing. Don't you think, like, if you have littles in your life right now, start prioritizing their self-care. Help them start prioritizing their self-care. That is okay. Like, there's got to be a way to be able to do that with littles so that it doesn't come off like the balance of like the middle way, right? So it doesn't come off like being selfish, you know? How to teach them take care of themselves. I don't remember ever having that conversation with my parents, you know? It seems to me, so Buddha, if we started doing that more with our littles now, greats, whatever, is that going, and we help them see the middle way, right? The middle way between taking care of yourselves and assisting others type of thing, not being selfish. Is that, maybe that's how we're always taught. But I don't know. I don't know about the whole self-care thing. I think that is lacking. Would you agree with that, Buddha? Yes. Okay, which is why Spirit has had to remind us a million times this year, at least 10 or more, because it's not ingrained in us to self-care. Yes, he's saying. Okay. Was your silence on certain metaphysical questions a way to keep followers focused on their own growth? Oh, wow. Yes. Okay. So obviously these come from you guys, these questions. So you were silent on certain metaphysical questions in your lifetime? Yes. Did you know the answers though? Okay, so yes, so you could have spoken about it, but you chose not to. Yes. Was that guidance from your guides to not speak? Oh, okay. So were you basically following your guide's lead on everything? Okay. So you were getting higher guidance and you were sharing that. Yes. Okay. Very cool. And was that your life plan? That was part of your life plan to assist on Earth? Yes, it was. Cool. Did you shift in consciousness? Did Buddha shift? Okay, did your shift in consciousness happen over a single lifetime? Wow, yes. Okay. So was this your first lifetime on Earth? No. Okay. But the shift from, so in other lifetimes, were you enlightened at all? No. So you didn't have a lot of personal growth in those other lifetimes? No. All right. So this was the biggie. This was the big one for you. All right. Is your working alongside other spiritual guides are you working alongside other spiritual guides to help the earth through its current transition? Yes. Okay, so that's awesome. We appreciate that. Thank you for helping us raise the energies of our homes for those who have asked for that. And Buddha, those are my end of my questions, you guys. Would you be interested in giving us a pendulum and oracle message if I did another video with the community? Yes. Okay. So you have some pendulum messages you'd like to share with us? Yes. Okay, very cool. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did and gave me a lot of things to think about. And I will see you tomorrow night for the pendulum messages. All right, take care. Bye-bye.